One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Valley Children's Stadium in Fresno, California, home to the Fresno State Bulldogs. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the South Florida Bulls, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Fresno State Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Fresno State will kick it off, and we will be underway. He'll bring it out. It's Burns. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. On the ground, it's Lyle. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Man, how about that defense on the snap? They are in the backfield with great penetration. Nowhere to go for the running back. That defense was sitting on G, waiting on O.
To the air on second down. Quickly complete.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback get going the other direction.
They'll try to get it through the air. Finds his tight end. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling. Third and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, third and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
They'll go to the ground. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Back to pass. Makes the grab. It's Lyle. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play you. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
And the Bulls come to the line on third and short, looking to keep the drive moving. He's looking to throw on third and short. Using the quick game. Such a big part to convert these third downs, and they've got it at the 42.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
Power football with the run. Past the sticks, and he may get more. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
When you go on the road, man, oh man, do you love hearing the crowd, but more importantly, you love shutting the crowd up. There's no better feeling than coming out, getting that juice going, getting that confidence going, and getting that running game going right at them and gashing them right out the gates.
Red pass, it's complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
second down, they'll go to the air. Makes the catch. They'll stop him at the 31. Let's mark it off at 5 yards, and that will be a first down.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
Here's the handoff. There he goes. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice game.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
The Bulls back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. He's got it on the move. Stop at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a first and goal.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
And the Bulls will try to punch it in on first and goal. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And nice job by the defense with the edges. They try the touch pass on first and goal. Nice job setting the edge, not letting them get outside, making the good tackle, forcing second down and goal.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. Slams it ahead. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
And this offense, you're halfway home. All you got to do is do the same exact thing, Palmer. Fall forward and be physical here.
And that's why they practice these goal line situations, right? It's to step up and be physical in moments like this.
Will they be able to get that 1 more yard and stick it in here on third down? They'll try to blast their way in.
And in that situation, the 1-yard line, the defense brings so many guys. Palmer gets in the backfield, creates the negative play.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the overall athleticism of this defense. They've got guys flying to the ball.
This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game, plus territory. They'll go for it. Touchdown, USF! Quick strike through the air for the score.
I love the aggressiveness early by this offense. Fourth and goal, no problem. Putting the drive together, staying aggressive, and they get rewarded.
I like just paying the drive off, too, because it's the opening drive of the game. You marched it down the field. You want to come away with a touchdown, right? And maybe the decision-making there for the coaches, listen, even if we don't get it, our defense is out in good field position. There's a lot of football left to go. We can make up for it later. I love the aggressive play call.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Fires to the big fella. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
They opened the lane, and he hit it a gain of 5 out to the 33. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Bulldogs come to the ball, trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Now on the option. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy 1st down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
They're already down a touchdown early, and the last thing they need to do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back to that offense. They'll go for it on 4th down. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
Oh, he's got some space. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Bulls.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Fellas, you'd be hard-pressed to find a better rivalry than Florida State, Miami. So many classic games over the years, and here's an update from this year's edition. Miami was able to finish off a close one in South Florida today. They did just enough both offensively and defensively to come away with the dub. Hey, survive and advance. Going to be interesting to see what the fallout from this one is for one ranked team, while the other figures to get a bounce when the new rankings come out, guys.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. On the option. And the ball is free on the pitch.
It's so hard to force fumbles, and when you do, you so badly want to get them. You're crawling, you're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
Lost 5 on that first play, and now it's 2nd and 15. Looking to fire.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Got a man in the middle. It's a game of 1st downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. We've come to the end of the quarter, and USF is on top. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. So 1st down here as they go back to work. Leaves it with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
All season long, we've been watching this defense dominate against the run. They're the #1 rush defense in the entire country. With a big lead in this game, you cannot run the ball and expect to win and get back in it.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Gets it to him on the screen. Breaks into the open. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of it.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run play action. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
And with that incompletion, man, this crowd, I don't know that they are really happy about what's going on. I mean, they already built a deficit, and they don't have a lot to cheer about. They got to get some kind of rhythm, something going on this offense to ignite this fan base.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the back. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
They punt it away on 4th down. He gets it out to the 17, the cover unit right there to make the stop.
These specialists and these return specialists, they got speed for days. But you better hang on to the football. I know you want to make big plays, those splash plays that can change games, but you better secure the football first.
South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. The RPO, fire complete to the left. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's got an open man. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
And the defense catches a break on that one. And this guy's not a superstar, but he's pretty dang reliable. And we talked to them about this guy. Like, he's kind of the security blanket for the quarterback. And him to drop that football doesn't happen often. You take those lucky things when you can get them.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Motion from the back. On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. Caught in the backfield, it's Lyle. Turning it on! And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the 1st down.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
He'll pull it on the read. Got the 1st down and more. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening.
Man, this defense has to be better. You have to stop the first part of the option, and that is the quarterback. And he gets loose. He gets the 1st down, another set of downs. They need to figure out this plan and how to stop this quarterback.
Wants to go up top on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Trying to set up the screen. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch, make the run, get the first down.
They'll throw it from the red zone. Got enough space. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
And he's just proving it time and time again, man. He has that feel. He obviously has the ability to pick them up and put them down and go get first downs. But I think the timing of when to scramble and when not to scramble, he's really got that figured out. And you could tell it's going to be a big part of the game plan.
A run for the quarterback. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
Offense trying to pay it off on second and goal. Trying to surge it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown Bulls. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
Man, I've been really impressed with this offense this first half. Coming in a hostile environment, hostile crowd. Man, they haven't given them anything to cheer about. Offense, defense, now up 20-0, and these people are eerily quiet in here.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, it is now a final in the Big Ten and a game I think a lot of folks will want to see. USC found a way to rescue victory from the jaws of defeat, something this program has done time and time again inside the Coliseum. Fight on, and the men of Troy will do just that. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the Big Ten standings as this one does, gentlemen.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. The gift to the right. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
On defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Makes the grab. Oh, what a cut! And an explosive play. Has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
Wow, they've been waiting for that play, right? They haven't been throwing it a lot. They've been real sluggish. They've got no points on the scoreboard. And now they come up with an explosive play in the passing game to get them in a position to score some points here, hopefully a touchdown, before this first half closes out.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. The Bulldogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll try the run. There he goes. Makes the stop at the 23-yard line, but it's a pickup of 15. A first down, and this offense is smelling the end zone. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wide receiver. Out of the gun to give to the back. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
They're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Got him downfield. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
Oh, that just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. Barrels ahead. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And I like the defense being aggressive. They heated up that RPO. He didn't even give him time to read it. I'm getting in the backfield right now, making a play, being aggressive, bringing the fight to the offense.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Wide receiver going in motion. Off play action. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Well, they take a sack right down by the goal line, guys, and I think the route concept really didn't help the quarterback out there. Normally, you're thinking this is going to be a quick hitter, get the ball out of his hands fast, but that was a very slow developing route concept, and I think that's the biggest reason he got sacked.
Quarterback making checks. Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. Trying to find the end zone. And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. They'd hoped to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
So the offense will try to punch it in here on 4th and goal from the 1. Snap in the shotgun. Touchdown, Fresno State. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And that touchdown is so big for this offense, right? Because here at the end of the half, they're just trying to find positives you can build upon in the second half. And right when it was looking like this game was starting to get away from them, they're able to execute, score, and that's going to help their confidence.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Burns. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got the quick pass. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Out routes are very much about timing. It's got to be a quick, decisive movement from the quarterback. As soon as he sticks that foot in the ground, you know he's breaking out. Throw it right now so he can go make you a play. Great pitch, great catch.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Looking downfield very late in the half. Dances away. Look out, he's got room. Breaks into the open. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
So it's first down, but with just a few seconds, they'll try to put up a 3 before halftime. And there is a degree of difficulty with this one, a 47-yarder from the right hash. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. Looking to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Duggan. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Bulls will kick it away to start the second half. He'll return it. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big gainer.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down.
I love the defensive mentality coming out here early in the third quarter. They've got the lead. They know the offense is going to be aggressive and start taking shots. A really nice play call that time, and an even better job in the back end in the secondary being ready for it. It just feels, guys, in this game like the defense is staying one step ahead.
South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Snatch it quickly on the left. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground. What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens to playmakers.
They'll move the wide receiver. Looking for a gap. It's Lyle. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
And the catch along the sideline will come up a little short of the first down.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
They'll throw on 3rd and short. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Touchdown, South Florida! And the pummeling has started.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he tacks on the extra point. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Clemson made it look easy, but I promise you, there is nothing easy about a double-digit win on the road. And a win like this only confirms there is something special brewing with these Tigers. We expected to see a shakeup in the ACC. It's bound to happen in this kind of game. But this type of win is a serious statement.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. The offense changing the play. Quick handoff. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Man, what a career with that carry. He's now over 4,000 yards.
And he's made this coaching staff look really smart, David, throughout his career, hasn't he? Defenses week in, week out, they load the box. They try to stop this guy. They're never able to get it done. 4,000 is a ton.
That's crazy, and I like what you said, week in, week out. You know what else you got to have? You got to have some durability, and he's been tough in the lineup almost every single week. You hand the football, you get the production. That's how you get to 4,000 yards rushing.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing. We're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
And this ball will be downed at around the 20. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. On the ground, it's Lyle. Oh, he's got some space. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wondered maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
Touch pass on the run. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Well, this offense will screen you in a variety of ways. They'll throw receiver screens, tight end screens. The running back screen also a big part of what they like to do, like you just saw there.
And the Bulls come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. Snagged out of the air. Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
You love to deliver a punch on the first play of the drive. They've got it at the 46 on first down. Here comes the option. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
Going to swing it on second down. On target to the left. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
Yeah, and nice play by the QB, understanding when to get the ball out. This is something that I guarantee you, Palmer, you and your receivers did all the time at Florida. Just the timing, knowing when the ball's coming out and when the ball's going to be thrown so I can go make a play.
It's so important to rep it like that because you never know in games when those opportunities are going to happen. But I think that time the quarterback pre-snap, him and the receiver, they made a little eye contact. They knew this was going to be an opportunity, and they went out and they executed what they practice every single day, what you just said, David, and it works to perfection.
And the Bulldogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Working on the right. Makes the grab. Defense right there, and they are set up at the 14.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
The give to the back. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ball game.
Now the two-point conversion attempt is coming. Trying to pound it in. He gets in there for the two-point conversion, and now we have a two-possession game. They took it 71 yards down the field, and the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. Fielded in the end zone. It's Burns. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. They'll will get this drive going from the 17. To the air on first down. Looking to buy time. He throws one to the left. He's got it on the outside. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
The throw to the outside is complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
He leaves it with his back. Running to Green. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.